It is exactly 2 minutes after 6:32 a.m. this Friday, the last day of business AM this week, and pretty much the last day for trading for our markets. Good. A lot is in store for you. I hope that you are already awake and ready to start this beautiful day with us. My name is Simba Elijah Charles Kiage. Let me take this opportunity to officially welcome you to Business AM. Good. So if you thought that the economy is slipping, it's not slipping. Because if you thought that the national government is not done with you in terms of members of parliament demanding more parks of late, they want night allowances. So if the sitting goes beyond the normal working hours, you expect to pay your member of parliament for working for you into the night. Now, as if that is not enough, now we do know that the sitting allowances for MCAs right in your county has more than doubled just in a few months. It now sits as 1.5 billion shillings. Think about that. 1.5 billion shillings for your MCA to work for you. Interesting, isn't it? Other news that we're looking at this morning is that now the Commission for University Education is actually about to start recalling the DONS PhDs in the country, because they're saying, I think it's time for us to start relooking into issues, quality education in the country. Now this, you do know, we covered the news of JK Watt, a graduation just the other month, where it was found out that one professor was supervising 10 students against the Commission of University Education's recommendation of 3. Now this amidst conversations around mergers of universities and also pushing them to create their own ways of revenue generation amid the PS telling them, look, we're not going to give you more budget allocations. You have to be creative in terms of the way that you generate your revenue. Question is, how is this going to affect the more than 27,000 staff members of universities, of which 9,000 are lecturers? And what happens therefore if some of these PhDs for the DONS get recalled? Good. I do know one thing. Business AM is starting this morning, so we're getting ready to give you the news, how we get it, when we get it here on Business AM. So we're starting this day by giving you the news briefs this morning. Let's get started. Now, the government's decision to import 12.5 million bags of maize has stirred up a storm, with the country's Strategic Food Reserve Board strongly opposing the move. Now, the chairman of the SFR board, Dr. Noel Wekesa, has termed the current maize deficit as artificial, saying there are 2.8 million bags of maize that are yet to be consumed. Victoria Munga with his details this morning.
The debate over whether the country has adequate maize in store is raging. This is coming at a time when the government is preparing to open the import window for 12.5 million bags of maize, out of which 10 million bags will be for human consumption. But the National Strategic Food Reserve is not in agreement with this decision, saying there is no reason to warrant this.
So it's not true to say that National Cereals and Produce Board there is no maize. The maize that is there is 760,000 bags, which we offered in May, and of course along with that we have 2 million bags, including what we bought this year. So in total we have about 2.8 million bags yet to be consumed, yet to be sold to the millers. So if you look at those figures, then you wonder why some people are saying we do not have the maize.
That position has been supported by legislators from the North Rift, who say there is enough maize to sustain the country's food requirements.
The same farmers have been asking for good prices. They've never been given good prices. Nobody, the only person in Kenya who does not say the price of their commodity is the farmer, because they are not given an opportunity to give them the cost of production. And when they give out the cost of production, they are told it is very expensive or it is very high. Yet they are able to import at the cost or at the price that they are given or they are told to import at. So I don't know whether we are there to protect our farmers or we want to protect farmers from other countries.
But in a swift rejoinder, the Agriculture Cabinet Secretary Mwangi Kiunjuri insists that the planned importation of maize is necessary in order to cushion Kenyans against higher maize prices. Kiunjuri has termed the statement by Dr. Wekesa as reckless and amounts to insubordination. He said, and I quote, "Anybody that would like to issue a statement on maize imports cannot do that because the ministry has the final say. The ministry is the voice of the government when it comes to food situation in the country. Any other organization has to get information from the ministry." He went ahead to say, and I quote, "He has no courtesy for the PS and the CS and has shown no respect for the last 2 weeks. Nobody has authority on the food situation in the country except the ministry. I do not know where he's mastering the courage to attack the ministry, not unless there's a force behind it. Wekesa can only talk after getting the right information from the ministry. If he wants to play politics, so can we." End of quote. The SFR board is scheduled to meet President Uhuru Kenyatta next week over the maize issue in the country. Statistics from Metropol's Harvest Terminal shows that 2009 and 2017 as the years in which Kenya's maize imports spiked, with 2017 having been an election year and 2009 coming a year after Kenya experienced a post-election violence and diminished agricultural productivity. Now, importing 12.5 million bags of maize or not is a question that many want the Ministry of Agriculture to answer, but in the meantime, the Strategic Food Reserve says it will not be agreeing to importing the maize this year, and if the government has to import maize, then it will only be 2 million bags of maize that will take the country to the next harvest season. Victoria Amunga for Metropol TV.
Thank you, Victoria Munga. You know, maize issues are the ones that we've kept on talking about from time to time here on Business AM. And this morning, we're going to analyze exactly what the CS Agriculture, that is Kiunjuri, is saying about exactly what's going on between them and the Food Reserve Board. We're going to table this conversation this morning on Metropol Review so that we can go back and analyze who should be taking care of the country when it comes to maize prices and maize and food security. Is it the Food Reserve Board and is it the Ministry of Agriculture? And why do these two never get to seem to get together? Meanwhile, the country's telecommunications firms could lose at least 8 billion shillings in revenue should they shut down 27 pay bills and codes as directed by the government. This comes hot on the heels of the government's decision to revoke the licenses of 27 betting firms that are said to have unduly paid their taxes. Ingrid Nantige reports.
At the start of July, the government failed to renew the licenses of 27 betting firms for failing to pay their due share of taxes. The government contends that betting firms have been making revenues of up to 200 billion shillings a year, but paid only 4 billion shillings in taxes last year. But its actions did not stop at that, as the Betting Licensing and Control Board went a step further to order telcos to shut down the pay bill numbers and shortcodes of the affected betting firms. Effecting the order will, however, affect at least 12 million subscribers who have gaming wallets for the betting companies and lock up an unspecified amount of money held in those wallets, which also translates into direct loss of revenues for the telcos. Assuming that every bet is worth 100 shillings, this would translate to 2 billion transactions in a year. With telcos charging 4 shillings for every transaction with a betting firm, this means telcos make at least 8 billion shillings in charges imposed on the 100 shillings betting transactions, a figure that is exclusive of charges that accrue from sending money through their networks. It's against this backdrop that Safaricom, through its lawyers, has written to the Betting Control and Licensing Board and requested for a clarification on this latest order. The firm, Triple OK Law, says Safaricom would like to block additional deposits to the gaming wallets, considering that gamers will not be able to access their wallets once pay bills and shortcodes are shut down. A gambling outlook report by PwC shows that the yearly turnover of the sports betting industry in Kenya will reach 500 billion by 2020. As it stands, Kenya has the third largest betting market in Africa after South Africa and Nigeria. Ingrid Nantege, Metropol TV.
The government has inched closer to revolutionizing vocational training in the country following the release of the competency-based education and training policy framework for technical and vocational education and training, that is TVET institutions. Now, the new approach is geared to improve the quality of training and make it relevant and sustainable by producing an internationally competitive workforce. During the release of the framework, the Principal Secretary in the State Department for Vocational and Technical Training, Dr. Kavit Desai, has said the new training system would allow trainees to learn at their own pace, unlike specified course durations on the current system.
You most likely, in this transition period, or in this period as we go forward, offer several certification programs. So you'd have a chance of a NEC certificate, a competency-based education training certificate. We don't necessarily think it will be a challenge, but as the market decides what is relevant and what is quality, they will then choose a relevant certification.
So these things have to be gradual. It will be disastrous to say we have stopped this, we are moving to this. As we are doing NEC, we introduce the CBET, testing of competencies. And I would like to emphasize that these things are not very different. The CBET is emphasizing on particular competencies, which actually is something to do with hands-on. I think we will go systematically until eventually we smoothly transition.
The Nairobi Securities Exchange has officially launched the derivatives market, making Kenya the second African country to operate a derivatives market. Now, the launch comes a week after trading of single stock futures began at the NSE. Now, the NSE got the nod to launch the derivatives market at the end of May. Derivatives are an investment tool whose value is derived from underlying assets such as bonds, commodities, currencies, interest rates, market indexes, and stocks based on the expected future price movement of the asset. They allow investors to make a gain or hedge against losses by taking a bet on the future price movement.
The next derivatives market is finally here in Kenya and will broaden and improve the sophistication of our financial markets. According to the WFE 2018 derivatives report, the performance of the equity derivatives volume globally exceeded 13.6 billion contracts in 2018, while volumes were up 33% in 2017 due to increases across single stock and stock index options and futures. If these global performances in the derivatives industry are anything to go by, we can remain hopeful that the NSE Next derivatives will stimulate a deep, broad, and liquid market in the Nairobi and in the East African region.
Iran's Revolutionary Guards said Thursday that the United States and Britain will strongly regret the seizure of a tanker at Gibraltar, the semi-official Fars news agency reported. Now, he added that the seizure of the tanker was stupidity, a trait the American president has in spades and British to some extent. Now, the guards also denied on Thursday that they had in turn impeded a British oil tanker in the Strait of Hormuz in a statement published by the forces Stefane's side. Now, Britain's government said Thursday 3 Iranian boats had attempted to, quote, impede the passage, end quote, of a British oil tanker in Gulf waters, forcing UK warship HMS Montrose to intervene. Now, the guards' statement said that if they were ordered to seize foreign vessels, they would do so immediately and decisively and speedily. Now, Iran's Foreign Minister Mohammad Javad Zarif called reports alleging that the guards tried to impede the British oil tanker, claims to create tension in the region. These claims are worthless, the official state news agency IRNA reported. Now, referring to last week's seizure of a tanker of Gibraltar, Fadavi said the vessel had, quote, been leased to transfer cargo. End quote. Iran condemned the detention as illegal interception, but Gibraltar officials said that the cargo was believed to be destined for Syria, which is subject to European sanctions. The 330-meter, that's around 1,000 feet, Grace 1 tanker capable of carrying 2 million barrels of oil was halted on July 4th. Iranian President Hassan Rouhani warned Britain on Wednesday of the consequences of what he described as a foolish act. On Monday, Iran's defense minister had vowed to respond to Britain's move, which he called an act of maritime piracy. Brigadier General Amir Atami said it would not be tolerated by US. Iranian-US tensions have spiked in recent weeks, with Washington blaming Tehran for multiple attacks on ships and Islamic Republic shooting down an American surveillance drone. All right, that marks the end of Business AM news briefs this morning. We shall be following some of this news throughout the day, and you can be sure to join me, Simba Elijah Charles, here again at 1 p.m. for Metropole News at 1 as we follow some of these stories and see the turn. It is the taking of note, the Talco story, that now 27 betting farms in the country have not been licensed to continue their businesses, and now the Talcos in the country are getting told, look, you need to cancel their accounts because they have not been licensed. How do we look at this? These are some of the stories that we are even tabling this morning on Business M's Metropole Review. Good. So that means Stephanie Wanso is already in the studio. We are going to walk straight and talk about how your roads look like this morning as you get yourself ready to start business in the CBD today or out of the CBD. Stephanie, good morning.
Good morning, Simba.
You are a bit quiet this morning. What's going on?
I'm feeling sleepy.
You're feeling sleepy?
Yeah, like I'm so tired on a Friday.
Somebody told me that Fridays, I heard you say this in the morning, that Thursdays should be Fridays.
Yeah.
Why?
Remember my psych yesterday and today? You see, they don't
Why?
match. Yesterday I was excited because today is Friday. Today is Friday, I'm just there.
You should be excited.
I am excited,
Yeah,
but...
you should be excited that it's on a Friday, so you're going to take a little break over the weekend.
Yeah,
What are you planning to do over the weekend? I know what I'm planning to do.
And nothing much.
Yeah.
Nothing much.
Planning to learn how to cook samosa. But been lying that I know how to make samosa, so officially tomorrow.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, of course. Richie, wait for my samosa. It's going to be there. Yeah. I'm going to get spring onions, some little minced meat, but I'm thinking of making fish. So, like fish samosa. Yeah. Yeah, that one. No. Fish meat. Fish meat. Can we create that name?
No.
Fish meat.
No. And
Minced
fish,
meat.
and fish is not supposed to stay that long.
No, but that's fine. I'll be making them so that I can eat them.
Okay.
You've never heard of fish samosa. It's going to be
There's
really
nothing
good,
like
isn't
that.
it? It's going to be there though.
There's
So I'm
nothing like that.
get my spring onions, get my fish meat, just created a word. Get my what? Carrots, you know?
No.
All that. No.
There's no carrots.
No carrots in samosa. I mean, it's there.
There's no...
Okay, that's fine.
Dania.
Get my coriander, they call it, isn't it?
yeah.
Get my
There's
capsicum. Yeah, you can infuse it.
Yeah, you can,
Yeah,
you
that's
can,
fine,
you
isn't
can,
it?
you can.
And get some
There's another spice.
flavor.
There's one spice.
Royco, isn't it?
No.
All right, you can put Royco in it.
You can, but
Yeah.
in your...
Okay, what about
Fish.
vinegar?
No, you can't.
Just a bit of that stingy taste.
Probably.
And then after that, we get chili, isn't it? Just
Yes.
put it inside that.
Yes.
And then we see exactly how it goes. I'm pretty much going to use a recipe from the commodities that we normally...
You should.
Yes. And then after that, I see the way it goes.
Remember to record
It's
yourself.
going to be delicious.
Yeah.
Of course, I have to do a video.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, Cindy has to see me making samosa.
I'm
After
excited.
that, I'll be at the top of my world.
I'm excited.
Yeah.
I'm excited.
Yeah. Cindy, good morning. She's right in the studio. Anyway, I just realized that I could be the best cook at Metropole TV.
Nah, imagine no. I'm sure not.
Anyway, let's just cross over and talk about the roads this morning.
Yes, what time is it? It's 5 minutes to 7.
Wow, it's pretty early.
It's pretty early.
Isn't it?
Yeah, it is early. So let's see what
Can't
the-
believe somebody could be waking up right now.
Right?
Think about
Maybe
it.
they're supposed to wake up at 6:45, but they're snoozing their alarm till 7. So,
Yeah. But just before we get to the roads, there's something I have to tell you, Stephanie, which is really confusing. And I have to ask you a question and ask you, Cindy, a question. And Tobiko, I'm going to ask you a question, okay? What time did you used to wake up and go to school?
School depends.
Not primary school, when you were really young. Let's talk about from class 1 to around 7.
What time? I think 6:30.
6:30. Cindy?
Okay.
6. Tobiko? 6. Do you know that nowadays, for any kid who lives in Nairobi and they want to go to school, most of them are on the road, let me say majority of them are on the road by 3 a.m. Yes.
3 a.m.
Yes.
Simba.
Yes. So you find kids as young as 10 years old, as young as 8 years old, they're getting picked by their vans, by their school buses as early as 3 a.m. And I can testify to that because sometimes I'm on the road by 3:45 a.m. and I see kids waiting for the school bus.
3 a.m.
Yes. Do you know how unhealthy that is? For the kid to be on the road by 3:30, 3 a.m., they must have woken up at 1 just to get ready, isn't it?
Probably.
Especially if your kid, let's say, if your kid studies in the CBD or Ngong or just the little outskirts of the CBD and you probably don't live there, isn't it? The driver has to come and pick them early. If your kid gets picked the first one, then they have to be on the road by 3 a.m.
Yeah.
and get to be the last one to be dropped. So they'll get home at 9 p.m. just like you. Think about it. Guess what? My kids ain't coming to the CBD. If I get kids, that is in the next 7 years, they will be back at home. And they'll go to a school which is a stone throw away.
Yeah.
Where the bell will ring and then I'll tell them go to school. They have to sleep for 10 hours.
See, 3 a.m.
Yes, I'm telling you, 3 a.m. Yes,
still in doubt.
don't doubt it because I'm telling you, I wake up by that time and I see the kids along Mombasa Road. Mombasa Road is chaotic, so they gotta wake up earlier and beat the traffic for them not to get late.
Yeah.
Think about it.
Because where I stay, I see kids, when I'm leaving the house, I see kids waiting for the van, which is like
Think
5:45.
about that, which is like 5:45. So
Yeah,
they
it's
must have
very
woken up very early. By 4, they're up, take breakfast, get ready, you know. Very unhealthy.
Very.
I don't think my kids will be doing that. Yes. Yeah, they should be sleeping.
They should.
My kids won't go to I'll homeschool them 4 hours a day. When I get a kid, I'm not coming to work.
Homeschool them and still pays for school fees.
No, I won't pay school fee. I'll just register them in some school for them to go do their exams.
Yeah.
4 hours a day. All right, let's just look at 2 roads, look at social media.
I feel like you're hacked up today morning, but
I am.
it's
just
fine.
surprised that kids will be on the road by that time, isn't it?
It's quite surprising.
Not so good. All right.
So the Junction Mall, traffic. There's a bit of traffic around the area. Ngong Road heading to Kenya International Hospital.
Yes.
It's very clear. This roundabout. What roundabout is this? This is the City Mortuary roundabout.
Yeah, that's what it is, isn't it?
Yes,
Not
yes,
so
yes,
bad.
yes. It's actually very, very clear.
Yes.
Magathi Way, going to Kenya International Hospital. There's a bit of traffic around Gomo Estate, probably because of the picking and dropping of people.
Yes.
Yeah, people going to the CBD. Oh, Langata Cemetery, Langata Road. Wow.
That's how it is.
It's
quite
quite clear, but it starts around.
Can you imagine?
Onyoka.
Cherish has just walked in. All right.
Yeah.
Can we ask Cherish? Cherish, how is Langata Road? I think she's going to give us the detail. I'm just waiting for her to give us a very nice response, as opposed to the response that we're normally accustomed to.
That's right.
All right, Cherish, good morning. How is Langata Road? Is it good? Chaotic? Yeah, because we're just walking in right now. I did sound this morning. How is the sound today? Very good. That's how you get fired the next day and then Simba takes up your job. The frequency is good? Oh, I'm applying to be the sound
You did a good
engineer
job.
for Metropole TV.
And we'll be doing
Yeah,
this
all right,
as
let's just cross over to another road. This
And your
one.
job?
My job?
Yeah.
I'll be, multitasking is possible.
It
It's possible.
It is,
It's
but
possible.
It's quite tiring.
It's quite tiring, okay?
It's quite
I'm going to go for a break. I just hold on, be there on mute, rush to gallery, do the sound check, and then after that, turn off the studio mics, and then come back again.
And for prepackaged stories.
That's fine. I'll be over the other side as well. It will be an interesting bulletin,
You'll
isn't
be
it?
tired before the
Let's
show
look at this.
ends.
This Mombasa Road, isn't it?
Thika Road.
Wow.
This is Thika Road.
Wow.
Traffic is
Wow.
starting from, at least not way back.
Yes.
Yeah, from around Garden City Mall.
Yes.
Then you get Allsops. Allsop is not so bad. Probably just the junctions heading to Ring Road.
I can see that.
Yeah, but it's not very bad.
Yes.
Then Survey is not so bad. But Mental Hospital, Pangani, that's where drama starts. There's a bit of traffic around that area. Murang'a Road is very clear.
It's not so
Very
bad as
clear.
well, isn't it?
Globe, actually, we have a green around Globe, so this is a good sign.
It's a good sign.
It's
All
a
right,
good sign.
Stephanie,
Yes.
let's just look at one or two comments about what guys are saying on social media,
Yes,
isn't it?
no. Yes, Thika Road moving slowly.
Of course.
Yes.
Of course.
3 cars involved in a fender bender at the Airtel pedestrian crossing on Mombasa Road inbound, causing a huge snarl.
I like that word, a fender bender. Yeah? You know what that is? Fender bender.
Fender bender.
Yeah.
3 car. Oh no, this is still the same Mombasa Road. But why would you spell Mombasa Road like that?
It's all right. Thing is, you get it.
But it's supposed to be MSA. right?
MBS.
No.
No,
It
Mombasa
sounds- it
Road
sounds-
is MBS.
No, it's MSA.
No, Mombasa Road is MBS. Yeah, right? No, it's not MBS, it's MBS. To me, am I not right? Yeah, it's MBS.
For me, it's MSA.
How do you spell Thika Road? THK?
No, Thika Road doesn't have.
T-
I
no,
don't think it has.
TRK? Thika Road? No. You guys are wrong. TRK is not Thika Road. Thika Road is... No, it's What? Thika Road is what? What is it? Yeah. Yeah, somebody saying that TRK is the Real Housewives of
Yeah, it
Scarborough.
is the Real
It is,
Housewives.
right?
Yes,
Thika
THK.
Road. How it is TH.
Thika Road doesn't have a.
It does have an edge.
It doesn't.
What's the short form for Wayaki Way?
There's no short form for Yaki.
Why don't we have short forms for Wayaki Way?
It doesn't make sense.
What's the short form for Westlands?
Westie.
That's a lingo. Wow. We lack so much. Let's look at that accident. Let's look at that accident and see exactly what
Yes,
happened
here,
there
here.
as we close, isn't it?
Yeah.
Wow, just open the picture. Oh, is it running away from you?
No, here. We
Yeah.
did that. Okay, here we did that.
Where is it at? Wow, that's a
There.
range, isn't
So
it?
hit and run by a drunk Range Rover driver on Thika Road at Total Petrol Station, Homeland. Let's find the drunk.
That was way at
Yeah, this
midnight.
is midnight.
What are you doing drinking on Thursday?
Sleep.
Right?
Probably he's you see, Thursday is a Friday for him.
Yeah, pretty
me
much.
too.
Maybe he got leave. Yeah, but
Yeah.
now when a Range Rover hits your car, this could be a Subaru, I'm guessing, but just the start of those lights, isn't it? Yeah, the police are gonna believe the guy on a Range Rover. I don't think they're going to believe you. Is that the driver? What do you think the driver is saying? Let's go back.
Probably not.
Let's go back. That's probably the driver of the Range, isn't it? No, did he go to fear? How do you get this picture if it was a hit and run? Suspicious.
He was feeling. Okay, let's,
So did he follow
let's
him?
read the tweet again.
Yeah, it was a hit and run.
Hit and run by drunk Range Rover on Thika Road at petrol station Homeland. Let's find the drunk driver. Okay, so probably
He followed him.
hit and run by drunk Range driver. Probably he was hit.
Yeah.
Probably another car hit him.
Oh,
I don't know,
see
I'm
that now.
lost.
But they were the petrol station. And then the Range Rover guy hit him and then started running away.
Probably. So
At the
probably
petrol station.
Probably the guy who hit the Range Rover has a Range Rover. No?
Now the guy was hit is this one down
Yes,
here.
yes,
Right?
this one.
With the Subaru, they say.
Oh, this
And-
is a different car.
Yeah.
Oh.
And then the Range Rover is right there.
Oh yeah.
So how did he?
Okay,
It was a hit and run, isn't it?
It wasn't a,
So if you hit and run, you hit someone and run away.
run away.
So how do you have all the pictures that are so clear?
probably the one cheating is.
Yo, but no, maybe we need to tell Kahuria what hit and run means. Hit and run means that guy hit you and then he ran away.
Yeah.
He didn't hit you and then stop right there and you started negotiating
Yeah.
how much he's going to pay you to do your body work. That's not hit and run. That's a hit and stop. Right?
It's just a hit.
That's what it is. This is a hit
It's just a
and
hit.
stop.
Yeah.
It's not a hit and run.
It's not a hit and
What do you think he was telling him? Ni pesa ngapi ita cost kutengeza hii gari?
I'm sure by that time I was like, boss, nini na happen? Of course, lazima, we have that conversation and then
Yeah.
we go to negotiations and then, yeah.
Conversation, negotiation. I love
You
that.
know?
I love that thing. Things are working out for you this morning. All right. So what we're going to do next is that we're going to get into a conversation as we negotiation. No, it's not going to work.
Not gonna
We're going to get into a conversation as we...
negotiate.
No, I'm trying to look for that rhyme. All right, let's take a break.